just got no choice. We all just keep
So
giving
you
it to
spend
him.
extended time here.
Yeah, so my story is Justin's story on steroids. So family of 5, in between houses, surprise. And we had 3 weeks that we had to find a roof over our head, and all 5 of us stayed here. And at the end of 3 weeks, I did not want to leave. I was like, oh my gosh, my laundry's being done, my bed's being made. Why would I ever move out of here? But we did. So,
And
thank you for
I
that.
have a story to tell about that one. I had gone, I don't know, maybe I'd gone to get a haircut or something like that. And Pep says to me, Donnie and Annie are moving out today. And I started crying.
Yeah, we could have stayed. We could. I
No,
wouldn't have been.
but you
had to
did
build
stay.
more houses.
You did stay because
you
the
didn't
house
get,
that you didn't have a clearance.
Your
You-
occupancy permit or
Yeah,
something like that.
not then, so you had to
So
come
it was a
back.
false
Yeah.
alarm.
It
Right.
was a
Oh my
false
God.
alarm.
All right, you
Oh.
were crying, I was crying. Nobody knew about it.
No,
Yeah.
but we just love having.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you had everything figured out so that it was like clockwork. The kids were, you know,
Yeah, I
and
left my
whatever.
dirty laundry there, you
Oh my
washed it,
God.
you made us dinners, I didn't have to shop, I was like, wow, this is like, yeah, it was awesome. Thank you,
Oh.
it was awesome.
A pleasure.
Yeah.
A pleasure. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it's me. So way too many memories. I'm gonna rifle off a few. So I think I'm gonna do it by decade. So
Oh, boy, right from
Wow.
five.
There you go.
so in the '70s, I almost burnt the place down. I think Hutch and I were in the garage, and we got into a gas can and actually got the cabinets out there on fire.
No, that was me.
No. You may have had your own episode, but that was my episode. So we started to run away because there was gas on fire and there was a can right there. But I went back and we got it out. So unfortunately, it didn't blow up.
Now, you know what this is like? It's
Just-
like when,
Confession?
no,
Yes, it is
when
confession.
Grandma Poyant would be hearing things from Uncle Ben and Dad, and she had no clue that these things
Do
happened.
you have any clue
I
that that
had
happened?
no
No
clue.
clue that that happened?
Nothing.
No.
None.
Yeah.
Wow.
You charged wood.
Wow. So that was one decade, the 70s.
What's the next generation?
The 80s.
Yeah.
Boy, the '80s there was a lot going on in the '80s. So
Big hair, leggings.
yeah, big '80s.
Advance.
The '80s, a couple things. One, I finally caught up to Jerry, and I had him pinned in the corner of the kitchen, upside down. Jane was around at this point. Jane couldn't handle it. She left the house. She was lost her mind on the whole thing. I finally was able. My brother was 20. I was 16. He couldn't. I finally got him. You know, I mean, after 16 years of freaking abuse, I finally had him. And he,
I took good care of you for a long time.
Oh my
you
God.
actually did. There's lots of stories where you did cover my ass. No question about that.
Oh my God.
I also remember, I think it was the '80s. I also remember climbing the trees back here because remember Pep wanted them down, so I wound up climbing the trees with a ladder and a chainsaw and cutting down the trees and topping the thing and then holding on as the thing goes like this. Dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. Well, one of the dumbest.
You know, that's bringing back your grandparents.
Yeah.
May and Pippi has just. You guys used to like to climb the trees in back. Well, and we used to you doing that. So your grandmother and grandfather were going crazy. What lousy parents we were to allow you to climb the trees and say nothing. And so we figured we were going to hell anyway. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the '90s? Up in the '90s. When was your 25th? I remember the 25th out back here where the kids pulled a surprise on them.
That was
Had
the
a good-
80s.
That was
Yeah, that was the 80s.
That was
Had a good party.
I wasn't officially part of the family then,
Yeah.
but I was here.
We did a nice party. We had everything set up out back, and
Oh my gosh,
we
everything.
did another one of those
Oh my-
scramble things like that, a little bit like this, where somebody got him out of here for something. I forget who it was. Cousin Paul, I think, got him out of here
No, it was Uncle Benny and Aunt Claire and Grandma. And
Yeah.
they took us out
for
for
brunch or
brunch or
something. Yeah.
something. And then when we came in,
Yep.
The driveway and everything was, had people.
Covered
on
with
it.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
Up
it
and down
was
the streets, yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, that was,
That was quite the party.
yeah,
The early 2000s would be Annie's memory of us, you taking the 5 of us in when we were trying to move into Bailey's Path.
yeah,
And,
but that was fun for us.
well, I remember, there's a picture that I remember vividly. You had the little Jeep for the
Yeah,
kids, the
yeah.
little green Jeep that, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Eric,
And I
Eric,
remember, Eric, but then there's one picture in particular where Jeremy was dressed up. He had the Batman mask on, and he's jumping out of the Jeep, and he's running around the corner of the Jeep. And I think Amy was in the passenger seat or something like that. And that, it was classic. It was absolutely classic.
yeah,
So, and it was, and it was the summer, and it was outdoor showers, and it was all the stuff, and
All the
the
good
biggest
stuff.
thing is you guys always, you guys are amazing because you always have made all of us feel, I mean, not, obviously we're family, but you
Like you're gonna cry when we leave.
no, it's just, there is nothing that we can't ask for that you won't say yes to, I mean, it's really how it feels,
It's a privilege.
Whatever it is,
Mhm.
whatever we need, whatever it may be, you'll be
That's
there.
what we're here for.
So,
While we can, we intend to do it.
and we're certainly getting it back now.
yeah.
Oh my God.
We should share that.
And I've gone
Oh.
too long because Rainey's to leave, so I'm gonna pass it on to Norm. No, Norm.
Yeah.
Norm.
Yeah.
Norm's younger than me.
I got a couple, just a couple. So,
Censoring you.
yeah, and yes, mine's gonna censor me on a couple of these, so I'm looking at a couple now.
Yeah.
No,
She can't censor you.
I remember the Christmas in '84, walking in the house with Lena's hope chest for Christmas, and bringing it through that door, and that was like my first real Christmas here when we came in with that hope chest. And then I remember after getting married and Dad telling me, "You see that hammock out there? You can sleep with my daughter in that hammock." You can sleep with my daughter in that bed.
I remember the hammock before the wedding.
He didn't like that.
No, he didn't like that at all. He did not like that at all.
That makes us the ancient day, yes. I came home one day and they were both in the hammock and oh my God.
Just napping.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that went over big. Yeah. You had to claw back a little bit, brother.
And like all you, I actually lived here for a little while. I had a job in Hyannis, and rather than commute all the way back to New Bedford, I slept here every night because it was 12-hour days. And laundry was done, breakfast was made. I came home, there was dinner with a beer, and we watched Jeopardy, right? So we've all taken part of that in some way or another.
Why do we ever leave?
Yeah.
Before.
And I remember going to Henry's wedding here.
Oh, yeah.
The goldfish.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
Henry had his wedding.
goldfish and
Yeah.
bags.
That was kind of a special day in the bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Those are
Dave,
mine.
nice job, Will.
Yeah.
Really? I
That's a-
didn't follow that.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
You should have been born earlier.
All right, Lena, Norm's wife,
No.
child number 3. I remember the day we left England Street, and Mem and Pep were pretty sad about it. But one of the things that I remember was that Mom brought her hens and chickens with her, and we found little frogs, and we even transported New Bedford frogs to the Cape.
Wow.
And that's when we all sat in the car. Nobody had a seatbelt on. You could shove 4 kids in the back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but I remember moving in here and thinking we came from such an old house, and this was like everything was new. You
Yeah.
know, it was really kind of wild, and
Yeah.
that was it was a big change that Mom and Dad made on our behalf, I think, which was
But do
good.
you realize those hens and chickens are still surviving?
I know. That's why I mentioned them.
Yeah. They're still surviving.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not gonna go through every decade like Donnie. But,
You're pretty close.
I remember the day that I got married and it rained and, Jerry was helping out with everybody and we had flowers spill and he helped blow dry a bridesmaid and, you know. Well, it sounds bad, but it wasn't.
No, I had no reflection of
Good answer, good answer.
James would just look at me like, what now? And I hear that after we got married, there was one heck of a party here that nobody
There
didn't
was.
attend.
The place was loaded,
Yeah.
You're messing
and
up
people
the
weren't in a
stats.
hurry to go home.
Yeah, and then of course with Dawn, with Norm's schedule, with tugboating, Mom and Dad, when Nick and Ray were Ren's age from birth to probably 2.5, 3 years old, saved me. Every weekend they welcomed me here where they would help with the little people and I just kind of caught up on sleep. So I'm eternally grateful.